In 1912, Villisca, Iowa was the very picture of small-town America. Its quiet, tree-lined streets bustled gently with the rhythms of daily life. Neighbors greeted each other by name, children played freely, and a deep sense of trust wove through the community. It was a place where everyone felt safe, where the troubles of the wider world seemed far away, and where the idea of tragedy felt almost impossible. At the heart of this close-knit town was the Moore family: Josiah, his wife Sarah, and their 4 lively children. The Moores were well-liked and respected, known for their generosity and active involvement in church and community events. Their modest white house on East 2nd Street was a symbol of the American dream, filled with laughter, warmth, and the simple joys of family life. On the evening of June 9th, after a joyful church gathering, the Moore children invited their friends, Lena and Ina Stillinger, to spend the night. The air was filled with excitement and the innocent anticipation of a sleepover. Stories, giggles, and whispered secrets shared between friends. It was an ordinary night in a town where doors were rarely locked, and the only sounds were the distant chirping of crickets and the soft glow of lanterns in windows. The people of Villisca trusted one another, believing their peaceful way of life would last forever. As the 8 children and adults settled in for the night, Villisca itself seemed to drift into a gentle, peaceful slumber. No one could have known that beneath this calm surface, a terrible darkness was about to descend, one that would change the town forever. By morning the town's innocence would be shattered in ways no one could have imagined. The sun would rise on a community forever altered, its sense of security lost in a single, horrifying night. The Moore house, once a beacon of family and community, was about to become infamous, a place whispered about in fear and sorrow for generations to come. The stage was set for a mystery that would haunt not just Villisca, but the entire nation, leaving behind questions and legends that endure to this day. Just after midnight, under the cover of darkness, an unknown figure slipped silently into the unlocked Moore home. The intruder carried Josiah Moore's own axe, a tool that would soon become an instrument of unimaginable horror. The house, once filled with warmth and laughter, was about to become the scene of a tragedy that would haunt the town for generations. Josiah and Sarah Moore were the first to be attacked as they slept peacefully in their bed, unaware of the danger lurking in the shadows. The killer showed no mercy, striking swiftly and brutally. Upstairs, their 4 young children, still lost in dreams, became the next victims. Their lives ended before they even had a chance to react. Also staying that night were the Stillinger sisters, Lena and Ina, who had come for a simple sleepover. They too were mercilessly murdered, their innocence shattered in the most violent way imaginable. In total, 8 lives were taken in utter silence. No screams pierced the night, no one managed to escape. The house, once a place of comfort, was now filled with an eerie, suffocating horror that seemed to linger in every room. The killer moved methodically, covering the victims' faces and draping the mirrors in the house. He left behind strange, unsettling clues: a plate of untouched food, a bowl of bloody water, and a slab of bacon placed on the table. Each detail only deepened the mystery and horror of the crime. The murder weapon, Josiah's own bloodied axe, was abandoned at the scene. All the doors were locked from the inside, leaving investigators baffled as to how the killer escaped without a trace. The next morning, Mary Peckham, a concerned neighbor, noticed the silence and went to check on the family. What she found inside would shock not only her but the entire community. News of the gruesome murders spread rapidly, sending waves of fear and disbelief through Villisca. Neighbors gathered in stunned silence, unable to comprehend the horror that had unfolded in their midst. The peaceful town, once known for its close-knit community, was now forever marked as the site of one of America's most brutal and mysterious unsolved crimes. The killer vanished into the night, leaving behind only questions, shattered lives, and a legacy of grief that would never truly fade from Villisca's memory. The investigation began in utter chaos. Curious townsfolk, driven by fear and fascination, trampled through the house, destroying crucial evidence before police could even secure the scene. The crime scene quickly became a spectacle, with neighbors and strangers alike wandering through the rooms, leaving behind confusion and contamination. Without the benefit of modern forensic science, detectives were left to piece together the mystery using only their instincts, interviews, and whatever rumors the townspeople whispered. The lack of technology meant every clue was fragile, every lead uncertain. Suspects soon emerged. Josiah's business rival Frank Jones, a powerful figure in the community with plenty of enemies and secrets of his own. There was also a drifter named William Mansfield, whose transient lifestyle and shadowy past made him an easy target for suspicion. And then there was Reverend George Kelly, a traveling preacher with a troubled mind, who confessed to the crime but was ultimately acquitted in court, leaving more questions than answers. Every promising lead fizzled out, no clear motive ever surfaced, and the crime scene remained hopelessly compromised, making it nearly impossible to separate fact from fiction. Theories abounded, ranging from hired hitmen sent by business rivals to the possibility of a wandering serial killer passing through town. Yet, despite the wild speculation, nothing ever stuck. As the years passed, the case grew cold, the files thickened with dead ends, and the hope of finding the killer slowly faded from the minds of investigators and townsfolk alike. No one was ever convicted for the brutal murders, and the courtroom remained silent, echoing with the unanswered questions of a community in mourning. Villisca was left with suspicion, fear, and a mystery that would haunt the town for generations, a shadow that lingered over every home and every family. To this day, the identity of the axe murderer remains lost to history, a chilling secret buried in the past. Today the Moore House stands as a chilling monument, restored to its 1912 appearance. It draws true crime enthusiasts and ghost hunters from around the world. Visitors report eerie phenomena, children's voices, moving objects, cold spots, and shadowy figures. Audio devices capture whispers and laughter in empty rooms. A ball in the children's bedroom is said to roll on its own. The parents' closet is notorious for an overwhelming sense of dread. Whether haunted by spirits or the weight of tragedy, the house's dark energy is undeniable. The past feels disturbingly present within its walls. Over a century later, the Villisca axe murders still haunt the town and the nation. The lack of justice for the Moore and Stillinger families keeps the wound open. Many believe the victims' spirits remain, their tragedy echoing through the house. Paranormal activity is seen as their attempt to communicate, to seek the justice denied to them. The house is a vessel for unresolved trauma, a place where history refuses to rest. The killer's identity is likely lost forever, but the story endures. The whispers and shadows linger, a chilling reminder that some mysteries never die. In Villisca, the past is never truly gone.